Okay, Dean Hanson here. We got to make this quick tutorial. Then I got to get to bed. You can see it's almost 4 a.m. and I got to get up for school. These 16-hour days are starting to kill me. Basically, I'm just going to answer a question. Will be a video response to a Logic Express tutorial I already had. And the question is basically asked, how do I get my signal into Logic? He's using a Logic Express, an SM57 mic, and an audio capture device, an ideal audio capture device. And I'm just going to show him how I get the signal basically from my microphone into Logic, and I hope that answers his question. So let's go over to Logic. Here we are in Logic. It automatically opens up an audio file when you do it. It'll ask you what you want your input to be. If you don't do it then, you can come over here, bottom left, anytime you've selected an audio track, so say you had more than one, and you select that audio track, down here under input, down in the left-hand corner, you just click and hold, go to input, still holding down the click, and select the input you want. Now, if you don't get these input options, then your device is not connected properly, and that might be the problem with this specific question. But let's just select input 1, but I don't see anything moving. As I'm talking, I should see some movement here. So I come over here, click on the R, that's to arm it for record, and now look, you can see my voice. Da-da-da-da-da, test. You can see what I'm saying and how I'm saying it, where my levels are. If it's too loud, too quiet, you can see it. And that's it. I mean, that's really basically it. I hope that answers your question. I'm not 100% sure what you were trying to say. I think that's it, though. And then you go on to ask another question in another email. This is from Sport. And he says, what is basically asking me, what is my opinion on complexity? Are there easier software packages to use, easier than Reason or Logic? And yes, there are, but it depends on how complex you want to get. There are some simple things that allow you to do simple projects, but a program like Logic allows you to get really detailed. So it just depends on what you want to do. If you just want sound, you don't care about how good it sounds, you just need sound, then just go with like a free program like GarageBand or something. If you're not using Mac, I highly recommend Sony Vegas. It's the easiest software I've ever used. It's amazing. It is so easy. Everything works perfect always. That might be an exaggeration, but it's almost true. And it's a video editing software as well. So Sony Vegas is awesome if you're stuck in a Mac, which, I mean, I love Mac, but if that, Sony Vegas won't work on a Mac. So if that's what you're using, then you can go into Logic, or GarageBand is easier and free. So it just depends on what you want to do. And then he asks, or he or she asks, is it odd that I can't record easily straight away, or am I just a complete tard? No, it is not odd. Recording is an extremely complex technology to master. I've been in school studying recording technologies for 3 years now. There's a reason that you're not just getting it straight away. You're trying to do something that's really advanced, and it's actually difficult. So you need these tutorials to help you. I've used tutorials like this a million times. Then he goes on to say, I read the manual, but yet it seems the questions I need are not in there. And that's true. These manuals are pretty much written by Korean engineers. They're not there to answer questions, really. They're just there to tell you about the product. Video tutorials on YouTube are the answers to your questions, honestly. Or Mac forums or Logic forums, they work good too. But I've learned more from video tutorials on YouTube than I could have ever learned from a manual, ever. And almost more than I've learned at school. Just people that are out there doing it that say, hey, this is the problem I had, here's how to fix it. And that's kind of what I do. And I hope I'm helping you out. I hope I help out a lot of people, so that recording is fun instead of frustrating for most people, because it's an amazing thing to get into. and I'll always make tutorials for anything that I can help with anybody. I'll always do it. I love doing it. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully I answered your question. I'm rambling on and on like I always do, and I'm sorry. I apologize. So basically, really quick recap. Just open up an audio file. Make sure the audio file is audio. You don't want to do a software instrument. You don't want to do an external MIDI. You just want audio. Do a mono, and then just select your input. If your inputs aren't there, then your hardware is not connected properly. And that's it. Good luck.